And we're back.
We are back and we're going into our second segment, which, as we mentioned before the commercial break, Marlene, is a discussion with a few small and medium business owners and the impact of COVID-19 on their businesses. That being said, we have with us Sean Kuylen. He's a renowned chef. We also have with him Rachael, right?
Yeah.
And of course, we have Karlo Romero as well. He is from Prestige Lighting, right? And so, good morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Let's begin. There's Karlo.
Okay.
Karlo, let's begin by talking about the impact of COVID-19 on your livelihood for Prestige Lighting. What has that been like, and what adjustments have you been able to make in terms of dealing with the present situation?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. So as most the different factors of COVID and the different dimensions that it affected, the entertainment industry is one that took it really hard. For one, definitely the gatherings, the mass gatherings, and the different factors in which entertainment is based on, which usually want a large crowd to have a good time. All that was put on halt, and because of that being the key feature in what curtails our industry,
Yeah.
it definitely put a damp on most, if not 99% of our business. As to how to curtail to it and how to adapt to it, our company, well, mine particularly, doesn't just focus on lighting, but it does full production. So we offer everything from DJing to audio production, video production, lighting, special effects.
Yeah.
A whole array of services for a one-stop shop for your event.
Yeah.
So particularly in this season, right now, my biggest factor that got affected was prom. Particularly because we were the go-to guys for special effects with prom entrances.
Yeah.
So that definitely put a hurt on us, as well as prom. We do prom, at least 2 proms countrywide, across the board, and then also, well, of course, the different entrances that has grown to be somewhat of a niche now across all educational institutions, both across the country. So last year we found ourselves traveling literally from Corozal to PG in a span of a month, because
Yeah.
of the different variances of prom. But yeah, it has definitely put a big dampen on our event structures and of course our gigging. With that being said as well, we do cater for a lot of destination weddings. So one of our biggest clientele was the destination weddings, where we have international people come
Yeah.
to our duo to get married. So with the traveling ban and so forth, even that has been put on hold, and in some cases that is the major part of the business, no?
So Karlo,
However,
I think if I could just get in there, because I wanted to kind of highlight or put it into perspective. All businesses have been affected, and I think
Yes.
that sometimes we kind of don't give a voice to some of the places, or we don't consider who's losing out and what the impact has been.
Yes,
You are a part
yes.
of what would be considered, I guess, the entertainment industry, and your impact comes from many directions. There is the loss of kind of the traditional events in this time,
Yes.
graduation,
Okay.
prom, graduation parties. There was also the destination weddings that I know you're very much a part of as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And even just everyday weddings for people here at home. So tell us, from March, what was your year looking like, and what happened with COVID-19?
Wow. 2020 was looking extremely good for us. For me in particular, we had a very packed schedule. Our year was almost completely booked out. And as of now, I have roughly around 95% of my clients that have already rescheduled, or in certain cases, opted out to cancel their event. No.
Yeah.
So it has been it's been very bad. It's been very, very bad with that in particular. But like you said, no, we offer different
So that's like
aspects
a
to the
total
entertainment.
wipeout.
Yeah.
Pretty
Has it
much.
forced you
Yes.
to sort of reconsider or make certain adjustments and what have you?
Agreed.
Innovate?
So yeah, this is where I was going to. So particularly here we have, in particular with the music scene, a lot of the DJs have resulted into going live and doing their shows live stream and
Yeah.
entertaining free on the web, no?
Yeah.
So that's the adaptation that most have taken, and it's pretty much to stay relevant and of course stay within the public eye and
Yeah.
to keep some relevancy in popularity, But definitely it's also to get these people through these hard times because, music triggers mood and it triggers happiness. So that's one of the definite ways. Some of us are offering virtual parties now where you can hire us virtually. So we have a couple DJs that have already done it. I've done it once already as well.
How does
So
that
those
work?
are
Wait,
the
let me
different-
understand. How do you hire a virtual DJ?
So what happens is that we have a studio at the house and you have
Okay.
different cameras set up in different angles. And pretty much what we do is we go through this app that is being hosted locally by an entrepreneur here in Orizwa.
Nice.
And pretty much what he does is he gives you a private room. You log into it and you start streaming using a software. Usually the software that of choice is OBS. And from there you can rig it up with all your logos and you can have a professional look event, a little virtual
Only for
event.
invited people.
Yes, and then the
Wow.
link can be public, can be shared public, or it can be shared specifically just to whoever is hiring you for that. And then the beauty about this app is that it can work directly on a Fire Stick. So you can download the app on any Android, even the Apple iOS, and you are able to watch us live while we're DJing, especially. So it's like, we're there, but on your TV screen.
Yeah.
And then you can make your requests live in the chat, or you can call us and request a chat, create a chat system. So it's really, really, really innovative. It's really, really cool. Definitely got to shout out Luis Aguilar for that. These guys have been doing with Sector 9. They've been raising the bar and helping us adapt in a lot of the different going with the punches.
I
with
didn't
this
even know
whole
that was
pandemic.
possible. I mean, I know.
Yes.
I mean, we've all done some kind of virtual hangout, whether it's like just let's have drinks virtually or listen to music together on Facebook with the DJs. But I didn't know people were hosting virtual parties.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something that I had been doing for a while when I had just moved back to Belize. A lot of my clientele are from other parts of the world, So it was something that I was doing already. But with the platform these guys have created, it's been very, very user friendly, and it has become the go-to for most standards here.
Let me backtrack to the impact on business. I think we may have lost Rachael and Sean. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're there. So let me divert over, and then I'll come back to that question with Karlo. So you represent two businesses. One is event planning with Signature, and then Sean, you have done your private catering. And I think people have watched, especially if they're online, you guys going all over the country, what seems like almost every day, doing different events. What impact has COVID? It seems like such a silly question, but I want to hear your explanation as to the impact of COVID-19 on your individual businesses.
Sure. So Sean and I partner up for most of the events that we do together. We do destination weddings. So 95% of our business is foreigners deciding to get married or have an anniversary or have an engagement party, and they come over to Belize and they choose a beautiful destination. Then Sean comes in and helps cater it. So for us, we are operating at 0% right now for Signature.
And so, Sean, that's a direct impact on you as well.
Very direct, of course. And then you remember when they shut down restaurants, and which didn't affect me because I do catering, meaning that I don't have a restaurant that you come to me and sit down. I would go to you. But still yet, we couldn't have any events and everything, so it naturally affected me as well. So we had to be innovative, and that's where we came up with Take Home. And that was something we'd never done before. And it's a beautiful thing because then I had to go and just like resorts who would always cater more to foreigners. With the closure of the airport, I had to go and ask my Belizeans to support me. So fortunately, I'm a good Belizean, and I'm very, very grateful that they are now supporting me, right?
Yeah.
But explain to me though how it works, because you know, if I had a booking for a destination wedding and COVID-19 happens, who takes the loss? Can you explain that to me? Whether
Yeah.
from the event planning and also from you, Karlo?
Yes.
So for us, what we've been doing is we've been doing it case by case. So we have some clients, and when we knew that this was coming, we weren't quite sure that it was going to be a complete lockdown like this. But as it started to come, we were in close communication with all of our couples. So the first thing we asked them to do is we said, hey, it's not looking like this is going to happen. Let's go ahead and change your date. So I would say 80% of our clients went ahead and changed the date to a later part of this year or earlier next year. So we're hoping that things improve by then. A few people canceled, but what we've done is ethically, we thought it was right to give back what they had paid to us, because we know that everybody is struggling right now, but we just couldn't keep that money knowing that their wedding wasn't going to be able to go forward. But what has happened is it's a huge trickle-down effect. So if we've refunded the money, that means we're no longer paying deposits to our vendors like Sean, to our DJs, to our photographers, to even the people that are working to help us set up or break down an event. So you kind of look at us as like the top of the umbrella, and we have all of these Belizeans underneath us that are working for these weddings. So when someone decides to cancel, everything comes trickling down. So that's why I've been asking people to reschedule versus to cancel and just see how it goes.
Yeah. And for you, Karlo?
Likewise, most of my clients, what we had done when we first got the quarantine was I contacted them and I told them, listen, I think we're going to have to reschedule. The problem with rescheduling was getting dates and ensuring we're not having conflicting dates. So I told them the sooner, the earlier, the better for all of us, because then it kind of guarantees your date as well. What will happen is all of them will try to reschedule, and you will end up with people fighting for dates. And then you would end up with a situation where, you know, you double book. So likewise, we refunded a lot of the down payments for people that wanted to cancel, because especially in these times, every little bit counts, I imagine. So a lot of people would have to go to probably changing their entire event. So likewise, similar with us, we went through all that. A lot of our clients canceled or postponed for next year because they wanted the specific time or the season of the year. You know? So definitely, that's the same way that happened with us on my end.
You know, one of the things about small businesses, I think that people are able to observe is that you kind of work like a family. You have small teams that usually work with you. Talk to me about the impact on the staff that you usually work with.
Yeah, you're completely right, Marlene, especially for us, because we have a very small team, both my team and Sean's team, and we kind of work together. So it's a very small group of us, and these are people that have been working for us for years and years, and we do act like a family because we travel together. We'll leave on a Thursday and come back at a Sunday, have to share Airbnb, share meals. So these people really become your family. So I think the hardest part for us was not being able to provide for our family. At first, we had enough money saved up to provide for a few months, but now the situation is past a few months, and it's how do we sustain these people and how do we help them take care of their family, because they've been there for us for so long.
Yeah.
So, Sean, you mentioned having to sort of switch gears and present the take home. Talk to us a bit about that in terms of the reception that people have had to this particular approach of yours to deal with the impact of COVID-19 on your livelihood.
Well, again, a good question, because fortunately, I know how much people can when I say that. You know, sometimes we as Belizeans, right now the Belize Tourism Board is pushing hard for be a local traveler, be a local tourist. And reality is, like a couple months ago, you go to a resort and stuff, and they got the foreigner and they got the Belizean. You know, wali soktita wali kotai, right? But now these same people are asking us to come. So imagine that now. COVID has taught us a lot of things that we took for granted back then. Now you have to switch gears. I think of it like driving a bus, and the same bus that they drive and the same vehicle, and I get there, slowly now. But this time, like, they take out my power steering, and now the steering harder. I mean, first I used to take it for granted. I was on cruise control with the weddings and stuff. We would work 3-4 weddings for the month, and that would be enough for us to sit down home and send Mama G back to Hopkins and Rolla Costa back to Pomona and Lisbeth to Silgrass, and come every 4 times for the month, and we would be good. Today, with the Carry Me Home, I am working harder than ever.
So believe it or not, Sean is actually the one in the trailer cooking, because we are using his food trailer. And if you know any executive chef, usually they come in dressed nicely showered, bark a bunch of orders, and then leave. But I have seen firsthand, Sean is the one behind the stove. Sean and I are the ones that are helping to wash the dishes. We're packaging the food. He's signing every box. We're coordinating the delivery. So I think this has been almost fun for us, because it's taking us back to 8 years ago when we started.
Yeah, man, I'm really working harder than ever. And really, and I could say this too, the question was what about family and work? And I could tell you that I am working harder than ever, just literally to have our employees get a little salary for go home. We know they make their big money as we could have with destination weddings. And I'm doing it just to keep them employed.
Yeah, so we do Carry Me Home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because Sean and I both have other jobs that we've taken on during COVID. So we work Monday and Tuesday in our jobs, and then we work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday just for our employees.
Are you gonna get MAGA, my brother? Seriously.
So you started this business so that you could keep your employees
Yes.
receiving a salary.
Yeah, at first signature, I would say, I used to lean on signature. Signature used to have my back. Today I could tell her inside, in front of her face, I could tell her that finally I could say that I have her on my back and her team, because it is our little 3 days a week paying the rent and electricity and a bit of stuff. So for the foreseeable future, yes, it's a hand wash, hand thing, and we are family. Although we fight a lot, we fight like family too.
Yeah, and even with Carry Me Home, we're using our same vendors that were supporting us through all of the times with weddings. So we're using Karlo to make our bread. We're using delivery drivers that in the past were helping us with day labor. Now they're delivering it for us. So we're trying to get as many people that were there for us in the past helping with us now, just to sustain until the next phase of this happens.
And Karlo, what about your perspective? I mean, I know you have some people who would work along with you as well. How tough has that been?
Well, on my end, I don't have much of a big staff like Signature and Sean, but definitely it did put a damper on them. On my end, this is not my main source of income. No, I have my career, so thankfully I have that, which we have been working full on that. So much like Sean said, I've been working hard, man. I've been working harder during this pandemic and without it, So. But with my guys, we had to take a break because most of our event is hands-on, so you have to actually be on site and setting up, and that's mostly the larger part of their task. So with that being said, without having that, we there's no event, so they don't really have much to do. On our end, I do rental equipment, so I do have a couple of rentals that I have sent out, mainly for this work from home. A lot of people have been trying to get their work from home setups, at home. So we've been doing that a little bit, mainly on my end, since I'm here in the city and my guys are out of district. So it's kind of rough to get them in. But some of our equipment is rented out, some of our screens or trussing, and some people have gone as far as adding some lighting in their little office. So we have a little rental going with that. So that's the beauty. That's pretty. That has helped us out. But pretty much that's still with them though, with the whole. My staff and everybody.
It's amazing the innovation that you see. You're using your party equipment now to help people make an office space. I don't think we could have ever imagined that, Karlo.
Yes, mainly the screens. The screens is what they go for. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So, looking forward, I mean, it's a challenging time. I'm sure you're all aware of the debate of when to open the airport, when's the best time. And as entrepreneurs who kind of relied on tourists to provide the bulk of your business, not all, but the bulk of it, what does the future, or what does the rest of 2020 look like for you? Is it all about creating new ideas, or are you hoping to resume the business as soon as you can?
I think for us, it's about exploring new ideas and continuing to innovate with what we have. So even with Carry Me Home, we're using some of the same equipment that we use for weddings just to help us do what we're doing now. But I don't think we are really planning on anything for the future. We're just trying to sustain right now because, as everyone knows, every single day it changes. And if you are putting all your marbles in one basket for the airport to open on a certain date and it doesn't open, then you're back to square one. So I think we're definitely taking it day by day, seeing what we can do with what we have, and just trying to sustain at this point instead of looking forward and trying to book and get people here. We're just trying to sustain.
For me, guess what? The positive about this for me is that I have found my passion again. Sorry, not I would say that when we're doing weddings, it became monotonous, maybe. So at that extent, we do so much, and I don't want to ever call it cookie cutting, but nearly feel like we may get to cookie cutting, right? Because like we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Now, I am having to write a new menu every single week just for 3 days. Once that 3 days done, it expires, never see it again. I have always said that my tagline is inspired Belizean cuisine and no barcode. So really, this is just up my alley because with all the borders closed and everything, I am forced to use the chocho, the cassava, the plant.
Seems we lost the sound there. Well, we got the gist of it, Sean. I can say that much. We'll see if we can get you guys back. Karlo, of course, what about you looking forward?
Honestly, just before this happened, I went through a little bit of a stressful situation with an event. So I think I've learned my lesson, and I think I'd rather be patient and sit and wait until the decisive factors and the decisive body decides that yes, it's right to open the airport. No, but I do believe that safety has to be the key in all of it, and we have to consider it that way. You guys there? Okay.
Yes, we're still here.
So in my case, I was actually scheduled to fly out for a wedding in the States the week of when we got banned to travel. So I lost flights, I lost hotels, I lost rental cars, everything. So I think I've learned my lesson with this COVID about trying to push the envelope and try to get events going. So what we did, I'll just sit back and wait and decide. Let the decisive factors, decide that.
Yeah. So in the meantime, it seems that what seems to be a recurring theme for all of you is innovate. So tell us about how people can still support your business, Karlo.
Well, you can still look us up on Prestige Productions. We have been a little bit dormant because we haven't been pushing much of events and so forth, but we still are here offering the work from home initiative, so we can rent equipment for you if you don't have. Also, we can do some technical work for you with that aspect as well to troubleshoot your work from home event. Your work from home setups, your office setups. I keep going to events as if we're still doing events, but I guess we miss it. No, we miss the word.
I could imagine. Yeah.
But and then also with the music part of it, well, of course, you can book us virtually using the Sector 9 app, and also I will be incorporating some video to it, so you'll be able to get the full entertainment package where you'll be able to see the videos of the songs on your screen while the songs are playing. So a lot of different changes are coming. It's just a matter of adapting and finding the time. I mean, like I said, we've been working harder than ever with our jobs, that the time to focus on the small business has become very hard a little bit.
Well, we hope that you stick to it. Small businesses are so important to our economy as much as the major industries that we talk about. So there are a lot of 2020 graduates, and I hope that they're going to book you for what would be their first ever virtual party.
Yes, virtual proms and so forth.
Yeah. All right, over to you and Sean and Rachael. So tell us about how people can still support. Carry Me Home is one. You do lunch and dinners, right?
Yes, and we're so excited. We just did a Mother's Day initiative for all the mothers. We did a brunch, which was really successful, and now we're going to be doing something for all those fathers. So if you want to support us and you want to support your local businesses and you want to do something for dad, we're doing something on Father's Day. But we're actually going to do it on the Saturday before. So you can treat your father and then you can hang out with him by the river or go to the pool or do whatever you were going to do on Sunday. But on Saturday, we're doing.
Yeah, we're going to have, what will we call it this time? We have it.
Carry me home or sit with me.
Carry me home or sit with me. But I first will tell Sani sit with me because he and walk and drink all day and then I get to go home again. Yes. We want to have a little space and you could come and actually sit with us. We will have wines and drinks from Madisco.
Yeah, Madisco is going to be doing wines and drinks. All the tables will be socially distanced. You can probably see the menu either today if Sean decides to write it or tomorrow if there's more inquiry.
But the thing is, the reason I can't write the menu for next week because I don't know what's at the market next week. Of course, it's farm to table. So, you like give me a hard time, maybe I find yampe, maybe I find.
Well, it's got to be a manly meal. We know that much, right?
Manly meal, yes. We're going to have a lot of sausage and pork and pork chop and I got green thing and milk for Isani and, you know.
But it'll be on Saturday. Menu will either be out today or tomorrow. You can find it on Sean Kuylen's Instagram or his Facebook.
And menus for this week goes out today and we'll start Wednesday to Friday again. What is on the menu this week? I think I'm playing with fish if I get some today. And what else?
We're doing
forget that meal.
Fish chicken.
Fish and chicken, yeah. But again, it's beautiful, man. We never know what's coming. But Father's Day, definitely come and sit with me. I don't mind sacrifice myself and sit down with them and take my lead drink to right.
As long as you don't lose track of the grill and bun the meat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't do it sober, so it's natural again.
All right, guys. But you know, I think this was an important conversation to have. One, that small businesses are important. Two, that you're innovating, and that three, you definitely can still rely on our support. So you can check out Sean Kuylen online, you can check out Prestige Lighting online, and see how you can still access their services and support our small businesses. So that's, thank you guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Marlene.
you.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
And, you know, almost continuing in the theme, I think, of small businesses, we're moving into a conversation about World Food Safety Day. And this is going to be with the Ministry of Health, and that's coming up after the break. So please stay tuned.